Liberty Gang, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tash. So I've just completed my first 4 weeks of my training program, and I'm happy to say that it went really well. For this program, I was focused on just building back my strength. It wasn't so much about getting anywhere in terms of my physical appearance. I must say I've seen some changes so far, even though that was not my aim, and I'm happy for it.
Give it to me like...
You may ask, what are my fitness goals? I just essentially want to be fit, and I also, my main goals are having, thick legs, and of course I want my glutes to grow. So those are my two main focus. So I know for my glutes, it requires different exercises, so there's no one exercise that will get any muscle group at all to grow. You have to do a combination of exercises. You have to do different weights, different repetitions, different tempos to basically challenge the muscles at different phases in your training program. So for this one, hip thrust is my primary movement. Some persons may say it doesn't work for them, but it's the primary exercise that I use when I'm focusing on building my glutes. It has worked for me over the years. It has also worked for my clients, so I stick to it. It's not just going into the gym every day though and just doing 10 hip thrusts. So over time, as with aiming to grow any muscle group, you have to apply progressive overload, and you also have to be strategic with your programming. So for this one, I had 2 leg days and 2 upper body days. Because my focus is always on getting my glutes looking, nice and pumped, I incorporated hip thrust on both days. And then I did, for the first day, it was later on in the workout, and I did 20 reps at a lighter weight. And then for day 2, I did it first because I wanted to focus on doing it with a heavier weight, to basically, put some pressure on the muscles. So for day 2, I did 10 reps of the hip thrust, and I increased the weight each week gradually by 5 or 10 pounds. And the focus here, because my next program, I'm going to be decreasing the reps and increasing the intensity. I usually do paused reps whenever I want to build my strength in the hip thrust. As a matter of fact, I apply it to any exercise that I want to build my strength on. So I focus on paused reps in the previous program so that I can go even harder in the next one. So I was doing 10 reps, 3-second pause for each rep of the hip thrust. I think week 1, I'll show you videos of the sets. Week 1, I started at, I think it was 315 pounds. And this week, which was week 4, I ended up doing 4 plates, which is 405 pounds. And I got 10 reps out of that. So I was very pleased. So for most of my exercises, I had PRs. Well, they wouldn't be PRs because these are things that or weights that I used to lift before, my everything took a toll and I had to draw back on my fitness. But they are no PRs because I essentially had to start over from scratch. I PR'd on my reverse lunge as well. So for squats, I find that dual movement exercises, so like doing a back squat, doing a regular deadlift, those I find put pressure on my back, regardless of me engaging my core, doing all the necessary to ensure the form is perfect. Even if I go light, they do give me some discomfort when I'm doing them. So I've been sticking to mainly single leg movements. They are much more comfortable for me, and they don't irritate my lower back as much when I perform them. So I focus mainly on single leg movements. I was doing reverse lunges, I did single leg deadlifts, B stance deadlift. I was doing split squats with dumbbells as well. So those were my replacements for the back squat and a conventional deadlift with a bar. And over time, of course, as I go through each training program, I will test to see how I feel. I'm not saying I will never do them again, but for now, the main focus is getting stronger and getting back to being a fit person. And they still have their benefits. Single leg movements are always recommended in your programs. They build hip stability. They work on your core stability as well. They fix any imbalances that you may have. You know, you always have a stronger and a weaker side, and it can differ by different exercises. So training single leg movements, it helps to improve imbalances on your each side of your body. So they are good. So I'm getting those additional perks of implementing them in my training program. So I'll be showing you videos of my week 1 compared to my week 4 for the major exercises. I was so happy with my progress over the 4 weeks. I've seen some growth in my legs as well. For me, I've always prioritized glute training and not so much, you know, my legs. Glutes has always been my focus, and I usually neglect my hamstring the most. In order for your legs to be thick and look good from all angles, meaning they look balanced, you need to focus on all muscle groups to get the best looking physique, in my opinion. So I've always neglected my hamstrings, so I'm focusing on increasing the amount I do of hamstring exercises as well in these programs, so that I can build some thickness on my leg. All right, so overall it's been going good so far. I'm keeping track, you know, taking my pictures, recording my videos, just to see how I'm looking. I'm very satisfied with the progress so far, so I'm going to keep building on it. After going through the programs, I made a few minor modifications to my second program. I wanted to build up to possibly doing, you know, a regular back squat in the future. But as I mentioned, the pressure that it puts on my lower back, I'm not ready for it. So I found another exercise that I replaced that will, you know, still give me what I need in my legs. But of course, the weight will be distributed from a different standpoint. So stay tuned for that as well. I'm going to show you how I've been eating. So far, I've not been tracking my meals. I don't have a meal plan as yet. I've basically been focusing on getting in at least 30 grams of protein per meal. It's my number one priority. I've been eating a lot of carbs as well, because my goal is not weight loss. I'm okay with my current weight. I could, you know, take a few pounds. When I started the program, I was at 157.5 pounds. So I'm open to going up to maybe 160, 162. I may even try out 165. I've been there before, but usually it's when I'm not training, so I don't know what 165 pounds looks like, you know, with training. So I'm just going to keep going. and based on how I see my body reacting to my training and eating, then I'll make modifications where needed. For me, when I'm putting on weight, it's usually my back, the love angles that I get first, and my belly area. So for me, that's where I put on weight first. So once I'll be looking at that, see how it goes as I'm toning, tweaking my diet, and go from there. But as I mentioned, I'm not doing any strict eating. I'm just doing this for the main thing is to be fit, and I'm just going to go with the flow, see where my body takes me, and make modifications. And
baby, don't mind when you see it, come give me that. Tap up on my body like animal. Hands make you feel like carnival. I go lock you down like criminal. One touch feeling like 1 million. People just say watch you like a cinema. And bandy thing like carnival. Make sure you do nobody else like just that proof and just that proof and just that. In the world with the dance on the floor, I stay them mine and I do bend them. Me, I just want some for the center. Baby, I hear it, your waistline, roll it down, don't slow down, just bring them to me now, stop me down, not teasing. Baby, don't mind when you see them, give me that. Go for my body like animal, hands make you feel like carnival. I go lock you down like criminal. One touch feeling like 1 million. Like a cinema, and anything like carnival. Make sure you do nobody else like fantastic. The way you do fantastic. Have to put on glasses. You know blind me with this your body. When I see you whining for the world, make me want to turn into the world. Make me feel like we know the very life. Everything nice where you are. Baby, don't mind when you see, come give me that. My body like animal, hands make you feel like carnival. I go lock you down like criminal.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for vlog number 3 where I give updates on weeks 5 to 8. And of course, be sure to, as always, like, comment, share, and guys, please subscribe. You are watching the content. I keep hearing persons say, hey, I watched your videos, and did you like it? Did you comment on it? No. It doesn't help me to tell me in person. Yes, I appreciate the feedback, but a part of it is also it showing on your channel that people are engaged with your content. When I look at the stats, it's not necessarily reflecting that. So telling me in person does nothing for YouTube. You're telling YouTube that you're not interested in the content because you are not reacting to it, you are not commenting, and you are not subscribing. It also can be demotivating because as content creators, especially when we're new to it, we don't get put out there as quickly as persons that have been in the game longer. So being interactive with our videos helps us, helps YouTube to push our content more. So please be more engaged, and yeah, stay tuned.